Road initiative I proposed. The BRI, drawing inspiration from the ancient Silk Road and focusing on enhancing connectivity, aims to enhance policy, infrastructure, trade, financial, and people-to-people connectivity. Inject new impetus into the global economy. Create new opportunities for global development. And build a new platform for international economic cooperation. Over these 10 years, we have stayed committed to this founding mission. Thanks to our joint efforts, Belt and Road international cooperation has gotten off the ground, grown rapidly, and produced fruitful outcomes. Belt and Road cooperation has extended from the Eurasian continent to Africa and Latin America. More than 150 countries and over 30 international organizations have signed the Belt and Road cooperation documents. We have held 2 sessions of the BRF before this one and have established over 20 specialized multilateral cooperation platforms under the BRI. Belt and Road cooperation has progressed from sketching the outline to filling in the details, and blueprints have been turned into real projects. A large number of signature projects and small yet smart people-centered programs have been launched. Belt and Road cooperation has expanded from physical connectivity to institutional connectivity. Important guiding principles for high-quality Belt and Road cooperation have been laid down, which include the principle of planning together, building together, and benefiting together, the philosophy of open, green, and clean cooperation, and the goal of pursuing high-standard, people-centered, and sustainable cooperation. Over these 10 years, we have endeavored to build a global network of connectivity consisting of economic corridors, international transportation routes, and information highway, as well as railways, roads, airports, ports, pipelines, and power grids, covering the land, the ocean, the sky, and the internet. This network has boosted the flow of goods, capital, technologies, and human resources among countries involved, and injected fresh vitality into the millennia-old Silk Road in the new era. Trains speeding along rail tracks, automobiles running on roads, flights connecting different countries, cargo ships breaking waves, and e-commerce bringing so much convenience to people. They have all become symbols of international trade in the new era, just like camel caravans and the sailing ships were for the past age. Hydro, wind, and solar energy-based power plants, oil and gas pipelines, and increasingly smart and interconnected power transmission networks are removing the development bottleneck caused by energy shortage and fulfilling the dream of developing countries to achieve green and low-carbon development. These energy projects have become the oasis and lighthouse for sustainable development in the new era. Brand new airports and harbors, smooth roads, and newly built industrial parks for business cooperation have created new economic corridors and new growth drivers. They have become the trading routes and staging posts of the new era. Rich and colorful cultural years, art festival, expos, and exhibitions. The Luban workshops, people-to-people exchange programs like the Silk Road Community Building Initiative and the Brightness Action Program, and deepening exchanges between non-governmental organizations, think tanks, media organizations, and the youth. All these flourishing activities have composed a symphony of friendship in the new era. When COVID-19 struck, the Belt and Road became a life-saving road. China provided more than 10 billion masks and 2.3 billion doses of vaccines to other countries, and jointly produced vaccines with over 20 countries, making a special contribution to BRI partners' efforts in fighting COVID-19. And China also received valuable support from more than 70 countries when it was hit hard by the pandemic. Belt and Road cooperation is based on the principle of planning together, building together, and benefiting together. It transcends differences between civilizations, cultures, social systems, and stages of development. It has opened up a new path for exchanges among countries and established a new framework for international cooperation. Indeed, the BRI represents humanity's joint pursuit of development for all. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, our achievements in the past decade are truly remarkable, and there is so much we can draw from them. We have learned that humankind is a community with a shared future. China can only do well when the world is doing well. When China does well, the world will get even better. Through Belt and Road cooperation, China is opening its door even wider to the world, with its inland regions turning from fullbacks into forwards, and coastal regions scaling new heights in their opening up. China's market has become even more closely integrated with the global market. China has become a main trading partner of more than 140 countries and territories, and the primary source of investment for more and more countries. Both Chinese investment overseas and foreign investment in China have boosted friendship, cooperation, confidence, and hope. We have learned that win-win cooperation is the sure way to success in launching major initiatives that benefit all. When countries embrace cooperation and act in concert, a deep chasm can be turned into a thoroughfare. Landlocked countries can become land-linked, and a place of underdevelopment can be transformed into a land of prosperity. Countries taking the lead in economic development should give a hand to their partners who are yet to catch up. We should all treat each other as friends and partners, respect and support each other, and help each other succeed. As the saying goes, when you give roses to others, the fragrance lingers on your hand. In other words, helping others is also helping oneself. Viewing others' development as a threat, or taking economic interdependence as a risk, will not make one's own life better or speed up one's development. We have learned the Silk Road spirit of peace and cooperation, openness and inclusiveness, mutual learning and mutual benefit is the most important source of strength for Belt and Road cooperation. I once said that the pioneers of the ancient Silk Routes wander placing history not as conquerors with warships, guns, horses, or swords. Rather, they are remembered as friendly emissaries leading camel caravans and sailing ships loaded with goods. Belt and Road cooperation is based on the belief that flame runs high when everyone adds wood to the fire, and that mutual support can get us far. Such cooperation seeks to deliver a good life not only to people of just one country, but to people in other countries as well. It promotes connectivity, mutual benefit, common development, cooperation, and win-win outcomes. Ideological confrontation, geopolitical rivalry, and bloc politics are not a choice for us. What we stand against are unilateral sanctions, economic coercion, and decoupling and supply chain disruption. What has been achieved in the past 10 years demonstrate that Belt and Road cooperation is on the right side of history. It represents the advancing of our times, and it is the right path forward. We need to remain clear-eyed and undisturbed in a volatile world, and we need to be keenly aware of our responsibility for history, for the people, and for the world. We should jointly address various global risks and challenges and deliver a bright future of peace, development, cooperation, and mutual benefit for future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, changes of the world, of our times, and of historical significance are unfolding like never before. China is endeavoring to build itself into a stronger country and rejuvenate the Chinese nation on all fronts by pursuing Chinese modernization. The modernization we are pursuing is not for China alone, but for all developing countries through our joint efforts. Global modernization should be pursued to enhance peaceful development and mutually beneficial cooperation, and bring prosperity to all. On our way forward, we will encounter both headwinds and tailwinds. We need to stay focused on our goal, take results-oriented actions, persevere, and keep moving forward until our goal is met. China will work with all parties involved to deepen Belt and Road partnerships of cooperation, usher this cooperation into a new stage of high-quality development and make relentless efforts to achieve modernization for all countries. Now, I wish to announce 8 major steps China will take to support our joint pursuit of high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. First, building a multi-dimensional Belt and Road connectivity network. China will speed up high-quality development of the China-Europe Railway Express. Participate in the Trans-Caspian International Transportation Corridor. Host the China-Europe Railway Express Cooperation Forum. And make joint efforts to build a new logistics corridor across the Eurasian continent, linked by direct railway and road transportation. We will vigorously integrate ports, shipping, and trading services under the Silk Road Maritime and accelerate the building of the new international land-sea trade corridor and the air Silk Road. Second, supporting an open world economy. China will establish pilot zones for Silk Road e-commerce cooperation, enter into free trade agreements and investment protection treaties with more countries. We will remove all restrictions on foreign investment access in the manufacturing sector. In light of international high-standard economic and trade rules, we will further advance high-standard opening up in cross-border service trade and investment. Expand market access for digital and other products. And deepen reform in areas including the state-owned enterprises, digital economy, intellectual property, and government procurement. China will hold the Global Digital Trade Expo annually. In the next 5 years, that is 2024 to 2028, China's total trade in goods and services is expected to exceed $32 trillion and $5 trillion respectively. Third, carrying out practical cooperation. China will promote both signature projects and small yet smart livelihood programs. The China Development Bank and the Export-Import Bank of China will each set up a 350 billion yuan financing window. An additional 80 billion yuan will be injected into the Silk Road Fund. Together, they will support BRI projects on the basis of market and business operation. Cooperation agreements worth $97.2 billion have been concluded at the CEO conference held during this forum. China will also carry out 1,000 small-scale livelihood assistance projects and enhance vocational education cooperation through Luban workshops and other initiatives. We will also step up joint efforts to ensure the safety of BRI projects and personnel.
促进绿色发展。
Fourth, promoting green
中
development.
方将持续深化绿色基建、
China will continue to deepen cooperation in areas such as green infrastructure, green energy, and green transportation,
加大对“一带一路”绿色发展国
and
际
step
联
up
盟的
support
支持，
for the BRI International Green Development Coalition.
绿色创新大会，
China will continue to hold
建
the
设
BRI Green Innovation
交流
Conference
机制和
and
绿色
establish
低碳专
dialogue and exchange mechanisms for the solar industry and a network of experts on green and low-carbon development.
到
China will implement the green investment principles for the Belt and Road and provide 100,000 training opportunities for partner countries by 2030.
5.
Fifth,
推动科技创新。
advancing scientific and technological
中方
innovation.
将继续实施“一带一路”科技创新行动计划，
China will continue to implement the Belt and Road Science, Technology and Innovation Cooperation Action Plan, hold the first Belt and Road Conference on Science and Technology Exchange,
联合实验室
increase the number of joint laboratories built with other parties to 100 in the next 5 years,
科学家
and support young scientists from other countries to work on short-term programs in
中方
China.
将在本届论坛上
At this forum, China will put forward
全球
the global
人工智能
initiative for artificial intelligence governance
愿同各国加强交
We
流
stand
和
ready
对话，
to increase exchanges and dialogue with other countries,
全球人
and
工
jointly
智能
promote
健康有
the
序，
sound, orderly and secure AI development in the world.
6. 支持民间交往，
Supporting people-to-people exchanges.
中方将举办梁祝
China will host the Liangzhu Forum
深化
to enhance dialogue on
“一
civilizations
带一路”国家的
with BRI partner countries.
对已经成
In addition to the Silk Road International League of Theatres, the Silk Road International Arts Festival, the International Alliance of Museums of the Silk Road, the Silk Road International Alliance of Art Museums, and the Silk Road International Library Alliance that have already been set up,
丝绸之路
China has also launched the International Tourism Alliance of Silk
继
Road
续实施
cities.
丝绸之路，中国
And we will continue
学
with the
习
Chinese government scholarship Silk Road program.
7. 建设联系
Seventh, promoting integrity-based Belt and Road cooperation.
发布“一带一路”
Together with its
连接
cooperation partners, China will release the achievements and prospects of
推
Belt
动
and Road
一带一路
integrity building
连接建设，
and the high-level principles on Belt and Road integrity building,
建立“一带一路
and establish the integrity and compliance evaluation system for companies involved in Belt and Road cooperation. ”，
开展“一带一
We
路
will also work with international organizations
和培训，
to carry out research and training on promoting integrity in Belt and Road cooperation,
完善“一带一路”国际
Eighth.
合作机制。
strengthening institutional building for international Belt and Road
中方
cooperation.
将同共建“一带一路”各国
China will work with its BRI partner countries
税
to
收
strengthen the building of multilateral cooperation platforms covering energy, taxation, finance, green development, disaster reduction, anti-corruption,
文化等领域
think
的
tank,
多边合作
media,
平台建设，
culture, and other fields.
继续举办“一带一路
China will continue
合作
to host the BRF
并成立
and establish
高峰论坛
a secretariat for this forum.
女士们、先生们、朋友们，
Ladies and gentlemen, friends,
10年栉风沐雨，10年
the past decade has been a journey of dedicated cooperation and fruitful outcomes.
源自中
Belt and Road cooperation was proposed by
成果
China,
和机遇，
but its benefits and opportunities are for the world to share.
让我们谨记
Let us meet the expectations of the people,
永扛 历史重担，
assume responsibilities entrusted on us by history,
继往
closely
开
follow the trend of the times,
前行，
and press ahead with energy and enterprise. Let us deepen Belt and Road international cooperation and bring Belt and Road cooperation to a new stage of higher quality and higher level development.
推动实现
Let us advance modernization of all countries,
建设一个
build
开
an
放、
open,
包容、
inclusive,
互联、
and interconnected world
共同发
for
展、
common development,
共同推动构建
and jointly build
人类命运。
a community with a shared future for mankind.
祝第三届
I wish the third Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation
圆满成
a
功。
full
谢
success.
谢大家。
Thank you. Thank you, President Xi Jinping. President Xi gave a full review of the major achievements in Belt and Road cooperation in the past decade, drew important experience from its successes, and called on all parties to carry forward the Silk Road spirit, ushering Belt and Road cooperation into a new stage of high-quality development and strive for the modernization of all countries. President Xi announced China's 8 major steps to support high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. We are convinced that Belt and Road cooperation in the future will make greater contributions to global growth and the common development prosperity of all countries. Now, I give the floor to His Excellency President Vladimir Putin of Russia.
Distinguished President Xi Jinping, my dear friend, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank President of the PRC Xi Jinping for inviting me to participate in the 3rd International Belt and Road Forum. The current forum is being marked by the 10-year anniversary of this really important initiative put forward by President Xi Jinping. It focuses on the future, aiming to form a fairer, multipolar world and the system of international relations. It is a global plan. I agree with the President of the PRC that the Chinese One Belt, One Road idea falls logically within multilateral efforts to strengthen creative and constructive interaction at the scale of the whole international community. We have repeatedly pointed out that Russia and China, as well as the majority of states of the world share the aspiration for equal and mutually beneficial cooperation in order to reach comprehensive, sustainable and long-term economic progress and social well-being. At the same time respecting civilizational diversity and the right of every state for their own development model. The Belt and Road Initiative, based on such fundamental principles, links up very well with the developing in different regions of the world integration projects and processes. It is in tune with the Russian ideas of creating such integration framework that would fully ensure freedom of trade, investment, labor, and that would have interconnected infrastructure. It is in tune with our well-known proposal to form Greater Eurasian Partnership as an environment for cooperation and interaction of those of like mind that will involve various integration processes: Belt and Road Initiative, SCO, Association of the Southeast Asia Nations, ASEAN, and Eurasian Economic Union that Russia is successfully developing together with partners in the post-Soviet space. It is important that we have a specific agreement between Russia and China about parallel and coordinated development of the EAEU and the BRI. We also have a non-preferential agreement about trade and economic cooperation between the EAEU member states and the PRC. To unite efforts to implement this agreement, we have established a joint commission. In February of this year, a detailed roadmap was adopted that in particular includes establishing interaction between Eurasian Union and China in trade policy and transport corridors digitalization. I'll point out that integration agenda, in the widest meaning, is an integral part of Russian national development strategy and strengthening our economic, technological and financial sovereignty, modernizing and expanding infrastructure. Xi Jinping just said that this is being developed in different regions of the world. Dear colleagues, friends, I would like to say what Russian Federation does in this regard. And I hope that this is important for many participants of today's meeting, because Russia is the biggest country in the world. That is why the connectivity of all the partners is relevant for the relations between the partners. I'll mention some of our promising plans that are now being implemented in practice and harmoniously complement other infrastructure projects in Eurasia, including those promoted through the BRI, and together allow to create a united transport logistic framework, diversify cargo flows through more effective, reliable, safe and safe supply. In the European part of Russia, we form an international north-south corridor, and President of the PRC has mentioned it. It connects Russian ports in the Baltic and the Arctic with the ports on the coast of the Persian Gulf and the Indian Ocean. Along the entire route from our northern city Murmansk to Bandar Abbas in Iran, there will be, like experts say, seamless railway communication. Another transport meridian from north to south will go through the Urals and Siberia. Its key elements is modernization of the central part of the Trans-Siberian Railway, including Western Siberian Railway, on the territories of our Omsk, Novosibirsk, Kemerovo, Tomsk regions, Altai territory, all these regions into Siberia. There is also the construction of the Northern Latitudinal Railway, with the access to the ports of the Northern Ocean and the ports of Yamal in the north of the Krasnoyarsk territory. There is also a new North Siberian Railway from Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous District to joining our Trans-Siberian Railway and Baikal-Amur Railway. At the same time, we work with our foreign partners to construct railway routes from central Siberia to the south, to China, Mongolia, ports of the Indian and the Pacific Oceans. And finally, another corridor from the Arctic to south is planned in the Far East. Its elements are being formed. They include a railway line from Baikal-Amur Railway to Yakutia, bridges across the Lena and Amur rivers that are big rivers in Siberia, Pacific Ocean Railway, modernizing highways, creation deep water terminals in the eastern part of the North Sea route. All of these transport corridors from north to south in the European part of Russia, Siberia, in the Far East, open opportunities to directly connect, integrate North Sea route with large logistic hubs in the south of our continent, on the coast of the Indian and the Pacific Oceans. As for the Northern Sea route, Russia does not just suggest our partners to actively use its transit capacity. I'll say more. We invite interested states to directly participate in its development. We are ready to provide reliable ice channeling, communication and supply. From the next year, the navigation of the ice-class cargo vessels along the whole North Sea route will be all year round. The creation of the mentioned international and regional logistic trade routes objectively reflects the profound changes that are happening in the world economy. The new role that is being played by Asian Pacific countries, Global South countries, and other centers of growth and development. Taking this into account, Russia, that is going to preside in the extended BRICS next year, has put forward an initiative to establish, in the context of this association, a permanent commission on transport logistics that, with the participation of BRICS members, our partner countries and other interested states, could focus on the development of international transport corridors in their entirety. I'll add that these topics are being discussed at the Platform of Transport Week that is annually held in Moscow, and we invite experts from your countries, dear friends, to participate in this forum in the middle of November in the capital of Russia. In conclusion, I would like to express confidence that the BRI and just outlined Russian priorities, constructive and the most bold proposals of other states, including those participating today in the forum, will allow to find collective and truly effective solutions to the important and relevant regional and international problems. Dear colleagues, friends, every one of us, when we start something very big, we expect that it will be successful. But understanding the global scale that was initiated 10 years ago by President Xi Jinping, it is really hard to expect that everything will be well, but our Chinese friends managed to do that, and we are really glad to see these successes because it is really important for us. The President of the PRC just has presented a program of the future actions, constructive, dedicated to the common result. And I would like to wish success to the Chinese People's Republic, to the President of the PRC in their plans, and I wish everyone success in our plans and all the best. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, President Putin. I now give the floor to His Excellency President Zhomar Tokayev of Kazakhstan.
Your Excellency President Xi Jinping, dear colleagues and participants of the BRF, at the outset, I would like to extend congratulations to President Xi and the Third Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation. I really appreciate the hospitality extended to us and the excellent arrangements made for the forum. Today's China plays a critical role in ensuring global security. It is an engine of economic and technological advances. In a world of growing challenges, Belt and Road Initiative has become a popular international cooperation project and a platform for international economic cooperation. This project demonstrates the economic strength of China and its aspirations to reach an even higher level globally. The BRI has achieved a great deal, and this has been widely recognized by many countries. Your Excellency President Xi Jinping, dear colleagues, Kazakhstan is where the BRI was first put forward in Kazakhstan. 10 years ago, it was in Kazakhstan. President Xi elaborated on this initiative of far-reaching significance. At the 10th anniversary of the BRI, we can say with pride that this initiative with great relevance has been widely recognized and has become a grand platform for international cooperation. This platform has become a platform for real, tangible cooperation. Thanks to investment along the routes, more than 150 countries from Europe, Asia and Africa, through well-connected railways, roads and sea routes, has achieved more extensive connectivity. The BRI has become a global public good that can help countries navigate this turbulent international landscape and meet global challenges. The BRI has helped enhance mutual understanding, connectivity and friendship among the countries. There is no exaggeration in saying that the BRI has injected new vitality in the ancient Silk Road. So the BRI put forth by China is a mega cooperation project in the 21st century. Kazakhstan is at the heart of the Eurasian continent that connects the north and the south, the west and the east. It plays a unique role in implementing the BRI. As a landlocked country, Kazakhstan has a long common border with China. We are committed to building Kazakhstan into an international transportation hub. Now about 85% of the cargo moving from China to Europe goes through Kazakhstan. We are committed to transit transportation. Over the past 15 years, we have invested $35 billion for this. We have also launched a number of large-scale infrastructure projects, including the China-Kazakhstan Mian Import Logistics Center, the Hogorts Port, the transit highway from Western Europe to China's west, and also
the railway corridor connecting China and Iran. In the spirit of our lasting friendship and our comprehensive strategic partnership, Kazakhstan will remain committed to advancing Belt and Road cooperation. In the next 3 years, we plan to build 1,300 kilometers of railway, and we will open the third cross-border railway along our border with China and establish new land ports, including Baku and Karjat. All these are vivid examples of how we have combined our large-scale economic projects with China's global initiative. The Trans-Caspian International Transport Route has become a signature cooperation project of many countries. This transport avenue will link China with Central Asia and Europe and become a land bridge across the Belt and Road. Once implemented, this transport route will cut the time needed to travel across the land bridge and significantly reduce costs. Our two countries have signed intergovernmental agreement on developing the Trans-Caspian route, and I believe concrete results will be achieved soon. And I also suggest that we establish a strategic port partnership network, a center of logistics, and a postal center. We are also ready to work with China on shipbuilding. Kazakhstan is ready to serve as a reliable air bridge and a port for advanced airlines in the world. To further enhance trade between Belt and Road partner countries, there should be greater cooperation to align our customs policies, resist protectionism, and create favorable conditions for investment and cooperation. Cooperation under Digital Silk Road also opened up broad prospects for our cooperation. We believe a new model of digital cooperation will make tangible contribution to innovation-based development of all relevant countries. I believe in the next decade, Kazakhstan will continue to work for even greater progress in Belt and Road cooperation. I am convinced that under the wise leadership of President Xi Jinping, China in the new era will create even more glorious achievements.
काज़ाकिस्तान के सदर तीसरे बेल्ट एंड फोरम के इजलास से खिताब कर रहे थे। उनका कहना है कि बेल्ट एंड रोड आलमी सतह पर ताउन एक अहम